Hi guys, this is my review on Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. So this book was incredibly enjoyable and quite moving, very funny and very entertaining and very clever. So teen beauty queens are lost island, mysteries and dangers, no access to email. Join Libba Bray in this wicked satire of beauty pageants, reality TV and pop culture. So this follows a heap of teenage beauty contestants, and I believe that all 50 states are represented. They're on a flight going to the, I believe they are on their way towards an island where they're going to be filming the finale of their contest. The plane crashes unexpectedly and suddenly on a mysterious island, and a heap, almost, well, 3/4 of the contestants are all killed, as well as the pilot of the plane, and I think we're left with 12 girls. And yes, they have to find a way to care for themselves and survive on this island and get food and make shelter and try and get help if they can. Yeah, and so it's their survivor story. And we also learned they are still facing danger from several other avenues, that some quite unexpected, and that, yeah, there's many dangers still lurking for them, and that this might all be part of a much larger conspiracy that we didn't see coming. And yet, so this takes place in our world, but slightly alternate, possibly a tiny bit futuristic, but there's a 1984 bent to it, a tad dystopian, I suppose. We learned that for the large part, the society that the girls live in, at least in America, is controlled by a corporate body called the Corporation. And they have control, we assume, well, they do have branches in government. They certainly have control over media and entertainment, film, TV, commercials, all that kind of thing. So the novel, the structure, the way in which Libba Bray has structured the book is really cool. It opens with a word from your sponsor, which is the corporation, and they pop up throughout the book. There's tons of footnotes as well, so the girls reference things, and it's a really great way to be kind of subtly introduced to, you know, the way in which this society operates, because the girls will reference stuff, and we're continually getting little footnotes, and almost always link back to the corporation as well, which is cool. Sometimes it's just an actual statement from the corporation, like interrupting the narrative. Another thing that is done stylistically, which I love, we get the Miss Teen Dream Fun Facts page where you get to meet contestants, and this will always begin each chapter for, I believe we spend time in the narrative voice of at least 6 of the girls, which is excellent because we actually get a chance to really get to know them, which I was worried, given that there were so many girls to spend our time with, that it would be kind of superficial and rushed. But we really do get a sense of who they are as characters and how they interact with one another, what their ambitions and what their backstory is even. I'm amazed the amount of material that Libba Bray covered quite well, I think. I was still very suspicious about, you know, would we have enough time to really get to know them or not. And it was, yeah, it was very nicely handled. And yeah, more on that later. We also get classified stuff, little chapters in there. I won't really give away why they're there and what they're referencing, but it's very cool. And it's very slyly, subtly done as well, because you don't really get told what's going on. It just kind of builds up, and it's just hint after hint. And then finally we also get transcripts from TV show interviews, commercials, trailers for films, and snippets of TV shows themselves and stuff. So yeah, it feels very much like a televised, the entire thing feels like this televised program. The tone of it's really good, really cool. Yeah, and in terms of characterization, the way in which the girls are portrayed is really, I think, really credible and realistic, because you anticipate stereotypes, because that's what satire can be built from, and the comedy can come from these seemingly two-dimensional girls. And we do have, there's lots of racial prejudices that are tackled. We have an Indian contestant and an African-American contestant. There's sexuality, issues of sexuality that are dealt with. I won't say how or why, I don't want to give things away. And also just the stereotypes that are attributed to beauty pageants. there are some very ditzy characters, but what I loved was, you'd anticipate, me being me, that I'd like the very independent, assertive, highly intelligent girls, of which there are some in the pageant. You'd expect that I probably like them more, and I do. They have great moments. The character who bookends the novel, Adina, she's certainly one of those girls. But, I mean, she has her flaws as well, which I really appreciated that we got to see. And she has her own prejudices as well. And that's really highlighted in the presence of the more ditzy pageant members. And their journey was actually the most moving for me to witness while they're on the island. Because they were learning to be self-sufficient and to appreciate what skills and qualities they already had. And to really come into their own for what they are. And, you know, they started to get excited about learning new stuff, like getting the advice from the intelligent members of the group, and yeah, it was really, really beautiful. And I loved, there was something at the end that that Libba did with the girls, and it tied into the contestant, the beauty contest aspect of it, but it brought home a really, really lovely message, and I thought it was really nicely done. And I'm trying to think what else. And we do have antagonists in this book. There are some bad guys, but they're quite interesting too, and some of them are unexpected. Some you just want to see get hurt really badly and really soon. But one guy who's this sadistic psychopath, he's absolutely insane. But he's also kind of endearing and adorable, because he's quite childlike, and you actually sort of maybe momentarily feel sorry for him sometimes, because his understanding of things is on quite a different level, even though he will turn around and just shoot people. So yeah, I liked him as a villain. He was cool. And yeah, just the characters were really memorable. I didn't expect to feel such a connection with them. I really didn't. Even though it's Libba and she handles characters so well, especially teenage girls. And yeah, I've got several dog-eared pages from feminist quotes that I loved. And sometimes it was quite overt, but even in how obvious it was being, you could feel that it was still remarkably clever, and it still felt right and genuine, which was great, because satire can feel so heavy-handed sometimes. I should say another good example, actually, this book kept reminding me of this one, was Ben Nelson's Dead Famous, and this one takes the piss out of Big Brother reality TV show. So yeah, I'd recommend reading that too. But I really, really enjoyed this. And it's Libba. Libba's a genius. She's just an amazing woman. I'd marry her if I could. And I'd get this book just to read all the her thank yous and acknowledgements and stuff. Like, she's just so funny. Oh, it hurts. But yes, it was very entertaining and surprisingly moving and very clever and fun. So I give it 5 stars out of 5 stars. Beauty Queens by Libba Bray.